Evan Bayh. Evan Bayh retired. It's been nonstop the talk of D.C., this vaunted hero, this white knight of moderation and bipartisanship has stepped down, and we're all weeping, except I think that is exactly wrong, and I've been telling you over the last couple of days that that's nonsense, that no one caved into corporate lobbyists better than Evan Bayh did, and they're letting him get away with murder here. Now, if you want a perfect example of that, you go to Morning Joe on MSNBC. Almost every panelist there is smitten with Evan Bayh, and they're just going to, it's a myth-making factory. Absolute nonsense. So let's watch. Let's go to clip number 5 first and start with Scarborough with Bayh.
Why did you decide this week, the week of the filing deadline, to announce your retirement?
Joe, because I had to. I've had a growing feeling for some time that Congress is just not working as well as it should, delivering the kind of results the American people have a right to expect. I've been focused on my day job. There's a big part of me that loves public life and public service, and so, I made the decision when I finally had to.
Let me read a CNN quote. One of your friends was quoted on CNN and said that you hated the Senate, hated left-wing bloggers, and they've gotten their wish, and the pure Democrats will now be in the minority. You've talked about this a good bit. Do you think the political extremes have taken over politics in Washington, D.C.?
Well, first, Joe, I rarely use the word hate, and I've never applied that to the United States Senate or to left-wing bloggers. I don't feel that the Senate or Congress in general is working as well as it should. I think it's in desperate need of reform. I think you've got a lot of good people trapped in a dysfunctional system right now. And with regard to the left-wing bloggers, I believe in the First Amendment. They got a right to criticize me. Sometimes it gets a little personal, and, you're only human, you don't like that. But, you got to accept that in our society, so I do.
Isn't it frustrating to you, though, Senator, that you and other moderate Democrats are trashed consistently by the left-wing blogosphere? And they're extremists on the right and the left, so you're getting it from extremists on the left and the right in the blogosphere, primetime cable TV shows, you name it, talk radio. It seems to me that if you try to be bipartisan, if you try to walk a center line, you get savaged by all sides.
Well, that's true. Sometimes you do get the worst of both worlds. But look, Joe, I think my advice to my fellow Democrats is the only way we can govern in this country and actually implement some of the ideas that we share is to make common cause with the independents and the moderates. There just are not enough on the far left wing of the Democratic Party to constitute a majority.
I've now watched that clip a couple of times, and the more I watch it, the angrier I get, because everything they said there was a lie. And they're in the business of lying to you, to deceive you, so that corporations can make more money. It's not in the slightest an exaggeration. They hate the left-wing blogosphere. You could tell, it's screaming out. They say it. Bayh's confidant said it to CNN, and Bayh says, oh, I would never use the word hate. But, the left-wing bloggers, they don't understand how it works, and they're the ones that are hurting the country by making it so partisan, etc. And Joe sits in there and he's like, you're savaged by both sides. You're such an American hero in the middle. But they keep trashing you, these terrible left-wing bloggers. What he's saying in reality is, you should never question your senators, okay? Because if you do, you're being impolite, you're being partisan. Don't let anyone know that he's actually doing it for the campaign cash. But it's not even just the campaign cash. What's worse is all the money going to his wife. And that might be one of the reasons that he's actually leaving the Senate race. His wife sits on many, many boards, including a health insurance company board, and her stock went up anywhere from $125,000 to $250,000 when Evan Bayh decided, along with other moderate Democrats, to kill the public option. He got rich off of it. Now, is that relevant? Do American people want to know that? Do the Republicans that are in the country want to know that? Sure. Democrats? Sure. Everybody wants to know the truth. And it doesn't mean that Evan Bayh is only guided by the money his family is making or the campaign cash he's got from these sources. By the way, he's retiring with $13 million in the bank for his campaigns. How did he get all that money? He got it from those corporations that he's been selling out to this whole time. But what bothers me isn't what Evan Bayh does on a regular basis. It's Joe Scarborough living up his ass. is Joe Scarborough covering him and saying, "Oh, how dare you ask a question, you trashy left-wing bloggers, of my precious senator who spent his whole career selling out to corporate America. But no, 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 he's a moderate, he's a centrist." And anyone who questions them is rude and despicable. Don't believe what you see on TV. Apparently, they believe their job is to lie to you, to deceive you, to protect these politicians who've been funneling our money to these special interests for all this time. There's a new poll out, the Supreme Court decision, the one that said corporations could put even more money into the system and do more campaign ads. You know how many people were against it? 80% of the American people are against it, including overwhelming majority of Republicans. Why? Because Republicans don't want to get robbed either. And they know that if the corporations and the lobbyists and the special interests give money to these politicians, they buy them. We all know it. The only people who won't tell you that are the people on television, because they're part of this broken system. So when they tell you that system is dysfunctional, ironically, the people who made it dysfunctional are Joe Scarborough and Evan Bayh, because they work in cahoots to direct that money to all those lobbyists and special interests and away from us. And they get so outraged if we ever tell people the truth.